Hey guys, this is part two. Yeah, you only get a few minutes to make your statement on the quick cam, which is the only way I do this. Just really wanted to reiterate about how much I love to see. Like I said, I was down at my own thing in Champaign. Really had a lot of fun there talking among the people about their issues. But really, the diversity of issues was the thing that I found most encouraging. As you know, Homeland Security has kind of deemed a lot of us as like right-wing extremists that are dangerous. I think that they remember that we still know where the pitchforks are. You know, and if it came down to that, I think that the left fears that, because I think that the cause of the left is more about throw down your arms and everybody hug and sing kumbaya and forget that most of the world is out to get us. You know, we have a small group of countries, of nations that are on our side and see the wisdom of America. But right now, even our like our leadership, President Obama is running around apologizing for everything that ever happened in America that he sees as bad. We're not blind. You know, on the right, we know that sometimes in our American history there have been problems, and we're not ever going to say that we were perfect, but we did some pretty magnificent things. And as far as nations that have gone and made sacrifices in the interests of personal liberty, of freedom, of setting men free, our nation is at the top of that food chain. There has never been a nation so prosperous. There has never been a nation that has been so single-minded in freedom, in the cause of freedom and liberty, to oppose tyranny. You know, my motto is always, always, always oppose tyranny. You know, and wherever you see it, you know, and down to the lowest level, you know, uphold righteousness. It's easy. You know, when good men do nothing, that's when evil wins. You know, you see somebody getting, you know, maligned, you stand up for righteousness. You know, you intervene on the behalf of the person who's being wronged. And you know, people on the left, you love to do that. You love it too. You love the ability in this country to stand up for what you see as, you know, stand against oppression. You love to do it, but you see it in other places. You know, you see it as, you know, you see it in some different ways than we do on the right. You know, you are more about corporate greed. You know, I am less about the corporate greed and more about the loss of personal liberty. But in any sense, I mean, if you find, apparently, according to Janet Napolitano, our Homeland Security leader, if you're coming back from war in the Middle East and doing your patriotic duty and doing the bidding of your nation, you are a risk, apparently, for being a right-wing militiaman with dangerous skill sets. You know, sort of like being likened to Timothy McVeigh, who was the worst example of, you know, what you could give for an American soldier going wrong. And it's a shame that it went that way, but I mean, if you believe in that a human life is started at conception, if you believe that you have the constitutional right to keep and bear arms, you're an NRA member, you believe that the states have more rights than the federal government can impose on them. You know, that the state has supremacy over the federal government in their matters. You're a right-wing extremist and prone to militia activity. That's disturbing. Wow. You know, for years and years, the left, like Bill Ayers and his wife, Bernadine Dorn, they blew up police stations and killed cops and tried to blow up, you know, the government. Wow. But those guys were freedom fighters. Yo, dude, we're gonna smoke our dope and blow up a copper. Yeah, cheer for us, because we're the resistance. And now when the shoe's on the other foot, they see us as like right-wing extremists, fascists, whatever. Sorry, you can't have it both ways. You know, we all stand for freedom, and, you know, we oppose tyranny. And it's just a matter of where we see it that differs. You know, and honestly, a lot of us see tyranny in your way too. And I think a lot of people on the left see tyranny our way as well, but it's just where we put our focus. It's a shame that there has to be a disparity in such a, something that could be such a unifying cause, really. But anyway, when I was looking at, I DVR'd all the stuff that was on Fox because they're the only ones that really gave any kind of a positive viewpoint to the tax day goings on. And I was just, Glenn Beck's show. Now I'm a recent guy that's just found Glenn Beck on Fox. Didn't really know much about him, but I've gone back and looked at some of his stuff. He's a libertarian. Wow, the guy put together, a great show that day. And the people at San Antonio that were with him, wow. There was only about perhaps 4,000 to 6,000 people, depending on where what news source you're looking at for a number. But that was an enthusiastic 4,000 to 6,000 people. Holy mackerel. And I love to see the people in the demonstration waving old Texas flags. The Gonzales. If you don't know what the Gonzales is, it's this big cannon that says "Come and take it." Long story there, back in Texas history. You can go check it out if you want. I want to spend a lot of time on it, but it was just sort of there was a cannon that was captured, and basically the Texans wouldn't give it back to the Mexicans, and they put a big thing on this wagon where they mounted the cannon. They drew on the top of it a cannon, and it said "Come and take it." And it was just strong rhetoric from strong people. The Goliad. The Goliad, if you don't know much about that flag, it's a symbol of a right arm with a sword and some blood. It was a severed arm. It stands for "I'd rather cut my right arm off than live under tyranny." And these people are strong in their convictions for freedom. God bless these people. The Gadsden flag, you've all pretty much come accustomed to seeing that when the Gadsden and Culpeper comes from an old Benjamin Franklin flag. The rattlesnake was his preferred over the eagle, the bald eagle. The snake was his better representation, he thought, of the United States. We're not one to go start a fight, but damn, we're quick to end one. And the tenacious but yet defensive nature of America. Several flags with snakes on them arose from that period of time and from Franklin's talk there. But the Gadsden is the one that says "Don't tread on me." Another one said "Unite or die." It had the segmented snake that had been cut in many pieces, and each one represented a colony. And he said we all have to unite. If we unite, we're a powerful thing for our own defense. If we don't, well, we're easily dispatched. And so much of that is a cause builder. It's something to rally around. And I think that the people have latched on to the Gadsden and Culpeper flags and said this is going to be the symbol of this new movement. And rightfully so. Years ago, I got a patch and a flag from the Gadsden Culpeper movement. It's online. You can go to Gadsden and Culpeper and online and check it out. You can get your own. Show your support. They were selling t-shirts with the symbol on it, loosely translated symbol. It wasn't exactly like the one you see on the Gadsden and Culpeper, but it was good. You got a $10 donation, and that money's going to go to the furtherance of the cause and to cover the expenses, of course. Great bunch of people out there for us, though. Single issue guys, from proponents of the NRA and the Second Amendment to the Cause for Life, recognizing that all this sort of the bioengineering set and the abortion thing that's going on, and genetic engineering and euthanasia and cloning and all these different things, just that it's wrong. There are a lot of people out there showing their opposition to those type of movements. Just a lot of great diversity, and yet unity in the diversity, that these are all freedoms and things that we find to be tenets of our founding that have been eroded. And it's never too late. Americans have always been pretty resilient in the cause of liberty. We like our freedom, and damn it, we'll have it. And we are not going to be denied. And whatever that means, whatever it takes to do that, some people, they keep telling us we still remember where the pitchforks are, and we will go round them up, and that's where we are with that. We are not going to have anything less than good representative government and freedom, rule